Tap. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and get rolling on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. I know that you guys are getting ready and getting equipped for a wonderful, wonderful, successful weekend. But you make a choice, and you make a choice, some of you 3 times a week, to spend an hour of your life here. And for that, I am beyond grateful. And that I do not take lightly. Your time, your energy, and your effort, that's really, really important to me. So I just appreciate you and thank you for being here. To have Jamie Duvniak on here today, it's really cool because Jamie was actually one of our team members when I was the district sales manager at Coldwell Banker. And to look back and everything that's been accomplished since my days at Coldwell Banker and like how that was the foundation of my career, it's really cool to see here. So let's go ahead and get rolling. I'm actually gonna turn the mic over. Let's see. Is it Aslin? Am I saying that correctly? Aslin Moore? All right, so Aslin, you're relatively new, so I'm going to turn the mic over to you. I like this.
I'm sorry, it's Islin.
Islin. So Islin, I'm going to turn the mic over to you. I always have an agent bring us out on the field, and this is if you're talking to your team, if you're talking to, the troops, bringing them out on the field for battle for the day. Like, what do you say? How do you hype us up? So no pressure at all.
Okay, I'm brand new. I'm literally brand new. I'm just in the process of the whole onboarding thing and doing my interview, but I mean I've already started coming to these calls. Super motivating. I love just the team, and the environment that you guys have is super motivating. And yeah, I love
one word of encouragement for the rest of the team members for today. What's one word?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's see. Enthusiasm.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. You guys, so let's get rolling. I'm sure you guys have heard this term before. I know that you guys have read about the universal law of attraction, right? How many people have ever heard the law of attraction? How many people remember when The Secret first dropped and they read that book and it was all about the law of attraction, right? And so I want to talk about this briefly because here's what I don't want anybody to do. I don't want anybody on this call to live and to operate in their business out of desperation. And I'll tell you why. When you're operating out of desperation, when you're putting all of your eggs in one basket, what happens if that deal falls through, right? That deal falls through and what happens? Oh my God, that was everything. And I'm so desperate. What do I do? At the end of the day, first off, don't do that to yourself because you created that. But what happens is that people feel that. And I want to share some things that I've learned from the Fanatical Prospecting. Once again, book drop of the morning. If you guys have not picked up this book, highly, highly recommend that you pick up this book, Fanatical Prospecting. If you've read that book, it should be a reference tool for you if you see a dip in your business at all. Sometimes when we look at a new quarter, we look at the new year, we look at a new month, we have to recalibrate and we have to look at all of our efforts and unpack everything that we're doing. So I want to share some thoughts with you. I want to share some dialogue with you guys. I want to open up the room for conversation. So let me let a few more people in here and then we'll go ahead and get rolling. So you guys, the universal law of need states the more you need something, the less likely you will to get it. Comes into play when your pipeline is completely depleted. When your hope for survival rests on 1 or 2 sources for deals, the probability of failure goes higher and higher and higher. So let me elaborate on this thought. Let's take, and I wrote a name here, I called him Johnny Bananas. All right, let's take Johnny Bananas. He is inconsistent at best with his prospecting efforts. Let's just do this for the sake of a survey. You know, I like to ask you guys questions. How many people feel that they could be more consistent with their prospecting efforts overall? Please just raise your hand if you could be more. Okay. We all know what the disadvantage is to each of you if you are not consistent with your prospect. That's a given. We know that. Okay. So he has 3 deals, Johnny Bananas. They fell through because the buyer didn't perform. Buyer backed out. They had buyer remorse. They got scared, whatever it was. He had a listing that canceled for whatever reason, the bad timing, they overpriced it, they want to for sale by owner. As desperation sets in, he starts to be faced with this reality that, oh my God, I've put all of my eggs into this one basket. I've had 2 escrows, and what have I done? As I focus on the escrow process and I haven't prospected for any new business in the last 17 days. Well, now all those deals go away. So desperation magnifies and accelerates failure and virtually guarantees he won't get into a contract because that's what he has to do to survive. So let me share this with you. The downside of law of attraction, we all know the upside of law of attraction. I'm going to fill my life with gratitude. I'm going to do these things and I'm going to put it out into the world. But behind the scenes is I'm going to support everything that I want to attract in my life. You can tell me right now, I'm going to put out in the universe, Elias, I'm going to make $300,000. And then you have bullshit actions behind it. Guess what the universe is not going to do? They're not going to bring you that $300,000 because you're not supporting this vision. So it says when desperate, you no longer, and you guys, I want to share, this is really important. So take this. When you are desperate, you no longer focus your thoughts on what is required for success. Instead, you focus on what will happen to you if you don't get what you need, thereby attracting more failure, right? It's one thing to think about like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I am doing all these things and I'm abundant and I'm loving life and I'm supporting my vision. Well, when you're working in desperation, this hit home to me. You don't focus on you're only focused on what will happen to you if you don't get what you need. It's a completely different mindset, you guys. So you guys have to look at your life right now. You have to look at your business and say, okay, I'm going to start unpacking everything that I'm doing in order for me to get in front of a consumer. What does that look like right now? Are you resting on your laurels? Are you being complacent? Are you not turning your shoulds into must? All the things that we talk about in group coaching. Are you putting a plan together that's going to allow you to talk to as many people that you possibly can? And here's the great thing about talking with people. There's a fucking lot of people out in this world. You have the opportunity to go and speak to masses amounts of people. But what we do is we get complacent. We don't commit. We fall short. Whatever happens, life gets in the way and we make excuses, right? Here's what happens when you operate out of desperation. Ladies, let me just ask you a question. If a dude is desperate and comes up to you at the bar somewhere and he is desperate to get to know you or to get your phone number, can you feel the desperation in his voice and his energy? Can you feel that? I saw V said that's a no. Ladies, give me a reaction on the screen below. Can you guys feel that a guy is desperate for your attention? Okay, thank you, Joellen. I appreciate that. What happens is that Joellen, Stephanie, Kim, I appreciate you guys. So here's the thing. When we are desperate, because we are working out of desperation, because we didn't plan, we didn't prepare, we didn't put all the balls into place, it comes out in our tone, it comes out in our physiology, it comes out in the words that we use. It's an energy that we give off, right? It's an energy, whether or not it's conscious or unconscious. If I didn't make all of my calls, if I didn't prospect, if I didn't meet new consumers, and it's the 25th of the month and 2 of my deals fall out, guess what happens? I'm getting a little scared, right? I might have to dip into my savings. Where's my mortgage going to come from? How am I going to pay my car note? How am I going to provide for my family? Oh my God, I'm desperate, right? That energy is carried over. So you have to look at your business and say, okay, I'm going to break this down. Social media, sphere of influence, community involvement, company generated leads, and my farm. And I'm going to put together a plan that doesn't have to rely on me going to one source. Because what if OpCity goes away? What if Flex goes away, right? You have to look at this business and say, I have to do everything that I can do right now to manufacture an appointment. And some of us just fall short of that. We make excuses, whatever it is, right? Hey, have I done that before in my career? Absolutely. I've made excuses in my career. But I'm in an era and I'm in a time in my life where there's no excuses, none. So I want to share that sentiment with you guys that we have to think about the law of attraction, but think about the downside of the law of attraction too, right? If you're working from desperation mode, I promise you guys, it's going to hurt you. So be in prepare mode every single day. So I wanted to talk to you guys. I don't know if Vanessa Yepes is on, but if she is on, when you take yourself off of mute, but she just got into contract yesterday. So huge shout out. I know, Sarah, you guys are homies, right? You guys are friends. So huge shout out to Vanessa. I don't think she's on today, but when we talk about preparation, when we talk about working from desperation, has anybody ever felt that before? And if they did, what happened, and how were you able to get yourself out of working out of desperation and put yourself in a completely different mindset? Does anyone want to talk about that, share their experiences on that before we talk about actions? Proactive versus reactive. I love this. Anybody want to share? And please take yourself off of mute or just raise your hand and I'll call on you. And don't be shy, because if you don't answer, I'll probably just call on you.
I can chime in on that, Elias. It's Carmen.
Carmen Hernandez, how are you?
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, this is a really good one because, you know, I've been in the business for a really long time and I've seen ups and the downs of the market. And I mean, sometimes, you know, there's stuff that you can't control, right, going on in the market or whatever, but it is all in your thinking. And obviously, yeah, not staying, because people do sense that. Like, when you mean, how many times have we gone even to like a car, you know, to buy a car, and they're just all over you, right? Like, and how turned off you get. Like, sometimes you don't even want to look at cars anymore because they're just like so pushy and stuff. And, you know, everybody wants to make a deal, obviously, right? But definitely, you know, the way that you handle these situations with clients, because they sense that, and it is a turnoff. And that was a great analogy about the guy thing, because it is. I mean, how many guys don't you meet at the club and they're just like so thirsty? You're like, ew, get away from me. So anyway, that's, yeah, just to say that it happens. I mean, you know, but yeah, anyway.
I love it. I love it. And I see here in the comments, based on that question, that's a no. Boy, bye. Definitely. Boy, bye. Like, mega turnoff. Thirsty, proactive versus reactive. So, okay, we're on to something. Who else wants to chime into this? Have you ever experienced working out of desperation? Have you ever experienced somebody that was working out of desperation? And I want to have some dialogue around this. Anybody else want to chime in on this? And do not be shy.
Hey, Elias.
Yo, Lucy, what's up?
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
So for me, definitely, I think that, you know, I've experienced that where, you know, you live in maybe, you know, like transaction to transaction. And for me, the mind shift, it's just like when I'm coming from value for my clients, I don't even think about like what the outcome is for me. And so, you know, I make it a point to like never look at what the percentage of commission is going to be. I'm totally just thinking about my client first. And as long as I believe that if I do like the best job that I can for them, then, you know, it's going to happen for one in that transaction, and then the referral business is going to come, you know, follow that. So I just think value always in service and just trying to do your best for your client.
Okay. I love this. And I love this. Here's why. If I go into a consumer's house, if I work with a new buyer, whoever it is, and all I'm thinking about is, oh my God, how much money am I going to make from Lucy? Oh my God, I got to pay for my mortgage. I got to pay for this. How much money am I going to make? Am I present in that moment? No, because my mind is somewhere else. And I'm thinking about, God dang it, I need to make some money. I watched the mastermind in our office a couple months back, and Melody Holmgren from Nova Real Estate here in the Bay Area, she said, no matter what client I'm with, I never calculate commission. Never. Because then I'm instantly thinking about money when I'm talking with them. So I get a loose idea. If you're doing $1 million deal, you're at 2.5 commission, you're on an 80-20. So you get a loose idea of that. She's like, but I never think about the commission, and I always keep myself super, super present. So how do you guys not live in desperation mode? What is the plan? So I want to hear from you guys. Like, what is your plan that least prevents you from living in desperation? How many calls do you have to make a day? What does your schedule look like? Like, what are you doing right now to not have to live in desperation mode when it comes to your business? I'm going to go over to Cynthia. I got Omar lined up. I also want to hear from Adrian. Adrian has a guest on the line. Joe Ellen's here. So full stream of consciousness. Cynthia, you know, let's do this really quick. Sometimes we miss birthdays. There's a lot of you guys, but Cynthia happens to be her birthday yesterday. She turned 29 years old once again.
Oh God.
So we want to wish Cynthia, let's just all put a reaction on the screen below. I'm going to send you a heart. I love you. Happy birthday to you. Hopefully you had an amazing day. And hopefully this year is not only your best year in business, but it's your best year personally. And so happy birthday to you, Sin. Let's turn the mic over to you.
Buddy, I appreciate that. And I have massive love for you guys. Thank you so much. It is going to be my best year yet. I've already put that out into the universe. Absolutely. So what I'm doing to stay out of that desperation mode, because I am focusing on production, and I'm so fired up about it. So what I'm doing to keep myself out of it is I hired a coach, and that coach is keeping me highly accountable. It really, yesterday was my second coaching session, and she was like drilling into these numbers with me. And I'm like, shit, I don't know my numbers. I don't know what that looks like in my business. So I need to do a retrospect into what I've been doing, because clearly what I have been doing is not going to get me to where I want to go. Right. So I'm refocusing on making sure that it's basically what we taught you guys in prospecting boot camp. Find 5 phone calls a day, 25 conversations a week, making sure that you're using all pillars of your business, right? So, I mean, it's just focusing in on the basics, the basic shit of going out and having conversations with people. It's what it comes down to, right? And not salesy conversations. Like Omar and I went on door knocking, and it was so much fun because we weren't like, hey, we're here to sell you a house. No, it was like, oh my God, your yard is so gorgeous. We just wanted to stop by, say hello, and invite you to our open house. And I'll tell you what, those reactions were so much warmer than, hi, we're realtors, and here's what we do. People can smell commission breath is what it's called, right?
Yeah,
That desperation, commission breath. So just be aware of what you're doing now. If you don't think that that's getting you to where you want to be, you got to reshift some stuff. You got to reanalyze what your business is doing now and how you're going to get yourself ahead. And if you don't know what that is, hello, you've got coaching, you've got level up sessions, you've got script role play, you've got Slack, you've got Fast Class. There are so many resources that Fast provides for you that you just got to soak it in. And thanks for the love. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you. You guys, we've been doing sessions quite a bit, and we've been looking at everyone's Real Scout. I want to encourage everybody to leverage the shit out of that tool. Put everyone in there. That way you can see their analytics, and then you can prospect in a different way. We'll actually do, probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll do some examples here live in group coaching. We'll have everyone pull it up, and I'll show you where some opportunities are living in your database. Let's go to Omar G, and then we'll go to Joe Ellen, and then Adrian, I'm gonna go over to you, have you tell your thoughts, and then introduce your guests. So Omar, let's hear from you, big dog. And how are you?
I'm doing good. Good morning, everyone.
Here's the thing. You wore a shirt that is perfect for this occasion.
They're my favorite days, and they're awesome.
I love it, bro. So let's hear from you.
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. Yesterday, at the end of the day, my accountability partner and I kind of sat down and kind of went over how our business has been going and our personal lives. And what I told my accountability partner was, I don't want us to act on desperation. I want us to be in the office every single day, even if we're not doing anything, just so we're here in the business and not waiting for that deal. So we're not deal chasers, I mean, I guess we are, but not out of desperation. So it's kind of funny that that's the topic today. And we just kind of honed in, and like Cynthia said, we're just kind of making sure that we're using all of our resources in the office, using our peers, and just leveraging the team so we don't focus on that need of desperation or become so commission driven. And I just wanted to hop on here and kind of share with you guys that, just because it's kind of funny that that's what we were talking about yesterday. And
it's funny how the universe works, right? It's funny how the universe works. And literally, man, I came through something. I was like, let's have this stream of consciousness today and have a conversation about it. And so I appreciate you sharing. And Jeff just gave you a shout out down below. Jeff, you want to speak to this, brother? I think Jeff's doing burpees.
Yeah, definitely. So Omar, Vanessa been showing up tough in the office in the Brentwood, bringing such a lively spirit and just always willing to learn, always willing to collaborate. So I had to give him and especially her flowers, they've been going hard. Like sometimes it would be just like me in the office and it's like, all right, cool. But then now I'm like, oh yeah, Omar and Vanessa gonna be here. I can't wait to pull up. Like it's good. We're always talking about like, what can we do? We're talking about this situation, that situation, going over how will we say this, how will we say that. So they've made me better. I hope that I've blessed them with some knowledge. So it's just been a beautiful thing to see them come in all the time and just show up.
Man, I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that.
Elias, I want to back that up too.
Yeah, please, bro.
Hey, so just, energy creates energy, right? And I've been really blessed to be able to bring 3 listings to market in the last 7 days, 2 of them with teammates, right? So power of the team. They really appreciate Vivian and Ben for bringing me along on these opportunities. But that in turn allowed Omar and Vanessa to then bring energy to me through their energy. And so Vanessa and I are going on a listing appointment on Saturday, and Omar and I are going to tackle a new buyer on Saturday as well. So I can't emphasize enough the power of this team and just energy creating more energy. It's a great topic today, and it's really been relevant in my business this week.
Man, I love it, Kevin. And they always say success begets success, right? We've been in the office, Kenny and I, working on a project in the break room or in the boardroom or in the conference room. We get a lead for a $1.2 million deal in Oakland. You know what we did? Kenny looked around and said, who's in the office today? At that particular time, there was 2 people in the office. One was brand new, not through the onboarding. And so it was too new for that person. Walked out the lead and said, hey, call this person right away. Like showing up is a big deal. And like, because look what Kevin has done with Viv and Ben. Now he has opportunities. Now look what's happened to Omar. Omar just spit some fire on the mic today, maybe encouraged, inspired someone else. And now maybe Cam heard something that he said. I'm like, wow. And now Sarah, she's holding the baby. I'm like, oh, I'm inspired by that because I connect to his words. You guys, when I talk about the collective wisdom and the collective genius, like I get chills right now because that's the power of this room. That's the power of your community. So Kevin, I appreciate you, big dog. Let's go to Joelle and then let's go over to Agent and Relisa. Let's hear from you.
Hey, well, that's super cool that everyone could get together like that. I'm all the way up here, so we need an office up here in our area so we can get that same type of,
Hold
energy.
on a second. How often are you going to the Sacramento office?
It's too far for me.
How far is it?
It's 30 minutes. It's too far. Not only that, but the area is not the greatest, but that's okay. But
So
it's
how
too
about
far.
this? How about you commit to maybe twice a month, you come in on a Thursday for the script role play session.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that with yeah.
And the great thing about it is we have a private parking lot that if you don't feel secure, then you can just lock the thing back up and your car is safe in our own parking lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that on Thursdays, but I'm just feeding off my own energy right now and these coaching calls, you're asking people like, what are they gonna do? Well, I could fall back on my husband because he has a great salary, but I don't want to do that. I want to be supportive. I want to help. I want to retire my husband early. I have all my whys. I don't just want to fall back on that because I have a lot of value to bring to my clients and people that need me. So I'm farming, I'm calling, I'm getting out in events. I just raised like $2,000 for our golf tournament. I mean, I'm getting people, and so I'm just doing all the things that we should be doing.
I love it. And it's showing up. And even if it hasn't shown up monetarily just yet, like we always say this, we got to do a ton of work sometimes and see minimal to sometimes no results. But then all of a sudden, the culmination of everything that you've been doing now comes into effect. Look at Julie and Jen. You guys in 2020, like you see Julie and Jen and they're top producers in our environment. Julie went 10 months without a deal and Jen went 6.5 months without a deal. Single mom, right? And she just still worked. She still prospects. She still created the videos. She still did the work and then ended up at $20 million for the year. So you guys, we are 142 days away from the new year. I promise you this, that if you do the things that Joelle is saying, you apply yourself, you can make your whole entire year in 1 quarter, 1 month, 6 months, whatever, 5 months that we have left. You guys can make your whole entire year. You guys can still make $300,000 by the end of the year. I promise you, because I've seen it be done in our environment. Let's go to Adrian and Relisa. Let's hear from you on this topic. And I know you have a friend here or a guest on the line today.
Hi guys, good morning and happy Friday. So for me, I have just been, like everyone else is saying, going back to the basics. I am, number one, I have to work out. I have to get up early. I get up early. I get up at like 4:30 in the morning. At that point, I'm in my bed. I'm posting my videos. So I notice when I post my videos in the morning, I'm getting a lot more reach. I'm getting a lot more likes, and I'm done. I feel I've already accomplished, something during the day or for the day, because I've posted my video and I've worked out and I've got that energy now to help me throughout the day. So working out in the morning is super important for me. Another thing that I've been doing while I work out is, instead of listening to music, I've been listening to podcasts. So the one podcast that I love right now is Raquel Quinette's podcast. It's freaking awesome. You guys have to watch, listen or watch it. Another thing is just taking massive action. Doing the Toastmasters has been really helpful. Reading books, filming content. So I'm trying to do that, because social media, that's perpetual. I want to build my social media channels, my YouTube, my TikTok, because people are going to see that. I don't have to mess with it. It's going to be there forever. So I want to build that. I'm all about working efficiently rather than working harder, right? So another thing I've been doing is just utilizing the team, going back into my database, because before, I guess my mindset was, I want it all. I'm trying to do this all by myself. I want all the commission or whatever. No, I can't reach 24 transactions this year if I still have that mindset. So what I'm doing is utilizing our team. We are team fast, right? So definitely utilizing the team.
Love it. She's definitely been leveraging. And I think that, and this is hard, I'm going to speak for Adrian right now. It's really hard for her to delegate, right? Because standards, right? It's like, is this person going to do the standard of work so she's learning how to like relinquish, that way she can have more control overall in her business. So you guys, quick reminder, we've done this exercise before, but I want to share this again with you. Okay, break your business down very simple. Your sphere of influence, your company or your community involvement, your company generated leads, it's not a 6, that's a G, your social media, and your farm, your focus area residential marketing. You just need to put a plan together, a strategic marketing plan that allows you to tap into each of those pillars. Give you an example for sphere of influence. We all have a Facebook. Go into Facebook today and create 5 videos. 5 videos is a surprise and delight moment to people that you know in your circle. And I'll give you an example of a surprise and delight moment. And Lily and I, the rest of the family, wanted to wish you a very, very happy birthday. Let you know how special you are to me, to us, how much I appreciate you. And I'm hoping that this is your best lap around the sun ever. Do you want to say happy birthday to Cynthia? Cynthia. Okay. Imagine you're a friend, you're a homie, you're a friend, you're a cousin, you're somebody that is just in your circle, right? And like you get that message. It's nothing about real estate, you guys, but it has everything to do about real estate, because all you are doing is you're building your community and your community of people, and you're letting people know that you're not just reaching out for a referral. You genuinely care. Kaleem, dude, what is up, bro? How have you been? I saw that you just got back from Greece, man. I am inspired. I want to go to Greece. I'm putting that on my vision board. So I just want to say thank you, man, for sharing your story, because it inspired me to get myself back into that fun and leisure, because I was just in a session the other day. I ranked it at a 1. I want to get back to doing fun and leisure, man. So that's those things, you guys. If you just break your business down and you say, okay, now I have this like oscillating fan. I'm going back through all these categories, back through all these categories, back through all these categories, because one of the wells is going to start pumping one of the wells might stop. Well, you got 4 other, and you have to look at it like that, and you have to start running a machine. Anybody else want to share with me, share with the group, how you are, I guess, safeguarding yourself around, safeguarding yourself from being in desperation mode? What is the insurance plan that you're putting on your business right now to assure you and your family that you are not working in desperation mode? Cam, I saw a smile. Was that you wanting to contribute? I saw a little bit of a smile. She's, you know, here's the thing. Shout out to Cam. I don't know if you guys follow Cam. If you don't follow Cam, give her a follow, give her a video a like if you liked it. But she's been a little bit gun shy about creating video, and she has definitely made some traction. So Cam, why don't we start there and then talk to us about some of the safeguards that you're putting on your business right now so you don't have to live in desperation. Shout out to you. Huge shout out to you.
Thank you. I don't know. What was the question again?
So how do you refrain from living in desperation mode in your business? What are the safeguards that you put in your business right now? What's the insurance plan that you have on your business right now to guarantee that you're not going to live in desperation? What does that look like for you?
Self-accountability. It's one of those things that, you know, every single day you want to wake up and it's like, you know, I want to try this new thing, but it's not a habit that I've built yet. And when it's not a habit that you've built yet, it tends to be a lot harder to actually follow through with doing that every day. And so, you know, with prospecting, I was just telling Elias in coaching, like, I want to commit to 5 hours in a week, which, you know, may not seem like a lot, but to me, that's, you know, dedicating an hour a day for 5 days during the week to account, or holding myself accountable to actually prospecting and calling people, knowing that if I build that habit, then, you know, the following week it might turn to 7 hours, and the following week it might turn to 10 hours. And it's just starting somewhere where it's manageable. I feel like sometimes I set goals that, and I'm sure a lot of people they set goals that may not be the most attainable in this exact moment. And they're not goals that we can't reach, but they're goals that, you know, later down the road are totally reachable if we start somewhere small. And so I'm at this place where I'm starting somewhere small. You know, I uploaded 2 videos, and
all right, let's share. I want to share with everybody really quick. I know, because Cam's been about taking action. All right, so Cam, just for contrast here, how long have you been in this game?
I started in October.
In October. Okay, so since October, she hasn't made really any videos. She made a video that was on July 25th. That was like her first one. That was introspective. She was sharing some thoughts. Now she's getting more into consumer videos. When you look at the traction that these 2 videos have made, look at the growth, right? 3,600 views from people that don't know her, that now if they see her again, like, okay, that first video was cool. Let me watch her follow-up hit. Well, that got 2,000 views. And so she's onto something. And she does it in a way that's completely her. She's soft-spoken. She's super like connected. I feel that when I talk to her and I hear from her, and her videos display that and demonstrate that. So let's give her a giant round of applause just for taking action, because that is a step in the right direction. And I know, Cam, it's hard, but let me ask you this. How do you feel now that you've created those videos and you see the likes, you see the comments, you see the views? How do you feel now?
I have a whole notes list created of questions that I can make videos about, random real audio that I could make some fun video about, all making that, like, I was very scared to make those videos. But all posting them did was encourage me to, like, oh, people actually want to know. And in my last video that I posted, it was simply just asking, like, what do people want to know? And I only got 2 comments, but one of the comments got 6 likes or 7 likes. And I realized, okay, this is a question that a lot of people have. And so right there, that's 2 different videos that I can make, just because 2 people commented. So
you want to know how Gary Vee creates more and more content? He reads his DMs and reads his comments. based off of that, he creates new content based on what consumers and the public is saying. So Cam, love it. I love the smile on your face. I can feel the energy. Otis White, let's go over to you, big dog.
That's amazing, Cam. A way to step out your comfort zone. For those that are scared of doing that, it just goes to show you once you do it, you see those results and it kind of just gets you going. I did want to shout out Jim for coming up with the content day in the Fairfield office. So Cam, if you or anybody that's struggling or just want some more insights or different angles or just on the fly type of content, learn about, Jim has put that up there in Slack. So everybody that want to come through, it's on the 20th. We're going to have some drinks, some food. And if anybody that wants to get out there, I'll be up there with helping Jim with some content. So just wanted to put that out there since we're talking about it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Anybody else want to chime in on this topic? Adrian, really quick before we go on, did you want to introduce your guests? And sorry about that. I missed that.
Yes. So my guest today is Jenny Aguilar, and we actually met. She reached out to me on Instagram. I guess we were following each other on Instagram, and we met on Zoom a few weeks ago. She was interested in getting into real estate. So we've been friends on IG. And Jenny, do you want to say hi?
Jenny, we've now that I see, we've met, right? We met a
Yes.
couple weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Jenny. What's up?
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? I'm so glad to be on here. You don't know how much I've been craving to get on these things. I've been telling Adrian, hey, if you have a house prep, please invite me. I want to see the process. I always like to kind of prepare myself before I even get into things, just so that I, kind of making sure that I'm a few steps ahead of myself,
Yes.
prepared. But
Well, the fact that you look forward to coming to this,
yes,
that
thank
like
you.
means the world to me, because like this is special, and maybe it's more special to me than it's everyone else, but it's really, really special to me. And Jenny, to have you here, I appreciate you. So let me just ask you before we go on, I'm going to actually call on Donna in a second. What's one takeaway thus far from our sesh?
Well, the major thing is that I've always been searching for a community of genuine support, and that's what I feel here. Because me, as a photographer and wedding planner, I work by myself, so I have to constantly keep trying to motivate myself. Sometimes, there's days where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm dragging my feet, but I have to try to push myself. And here, at least, you have tons of people that, can say something so simple that, can kind of trigger and set your whole entire week.
Love it. I absolutely love it. And that is the power of this room. So thank you for chiming in. Adrian, thank you for re-extending the invite. Donna Chan, let's go over to you.
Thank you, Adrian.
Quick thoughts on our discussion today and contributions, and then go ahead and introduce your guest.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, thoughts on it. I think everybody here should also save for a rainy day. Like, we get our commission checks. I think Roxanne, and back in the day, she's already told us this, every portion of your commission check should be saved for taxes and savings, because you got to save for rainy days, right? And we hope that not everybody is just expecting that commission check and live, and that's going to pay my bills and blah, 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 because shit happens, right? And we don't want that to ever fall onto an agent that isn't prepared. So we always prepare all of our teammates. But I wanted to introduce my guest on the line, which was so weird that this morning you're talking about laws of attraction and fate. Well, I have a guest on the line named Lawrence. Lawrence Coe and I go way back. He's been in the industry for years as well, just as long as I have. And we just bumped into each other so random yesterday after one of my seminars that I went to attend in San Carlos. So I'd like to introduce everyone to Lawrence. This gives you a little bit of a vibe of what our team is about. When you don't see it firsthand, you really don't know what the team's about. But I hope you're enjoying our coaching sessions. Elias is one of our most amazing coaches. Cynthia is our lead of education. So we have a tight ship that we run here. Kenny has got something really amazing. So welcome to our coaching session, Lawrence.
What's up, Lawrence? Thanks for being here, brother. Do you just want to say a quick hello and just say if you've heard something that spoke to you today?
Yeah, I just want to say hi to everybody. Thanks, Donna, for putting me on the spot. I appreciate you guys having me here, and I'm feeling the energy, and I'm just checking things out. I think I'm ready to make some moves with you guys.
Well, cool, brother. Well, we're always here for support, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you one-on-one in the coming days. But Donna said something that's really important. I was talking to I'll just use Cynthia as an example. Cynthia has a financial goal for the year, and she was basing her financial goal off of the wrong amount of volume. She was actually setting a financial goal based off of GCI. I was like, well, wait a minute, that's the GCI, that's the gross. So what are you actually going to take home? So we'll do this exercise too. I think it's needed because we haven't done it in a while, but I want you to look at your net operating income. That is the money that you are actually going to be spending to use for your lifestyle and everything that you're going to be doing on a daily basis. So you have to look at it this way. If I have an $800,000 deal that I get in a contract and my commission is 2.5%, what is that gross number? Okay, well, that gross number, what do you have to subtract from that? You have to subtract your company's split, whether you're at a 50% split or you're at a 90% split, wherever you are on the spectrum. Well, now I have to say, okay, I'm going to minus my split. Now I'm going to put away, hopefully, depending on what tax bracket you're in, I'm going to probably put around 30% away for taxes, because I've been hit with tax bills at the end of the year and it fucking sucks. Sucks to pay tax bills in one lump sum at the end of the year. Then you want to minus 10% for, savings. Maybe you want to put a little bit more in savings. Maybe that number's 15, maybe that number's 20, whatever that number is. And then you want to minus any marketing costs that you're going to put into your business. Say I want to do my farm. Maybe I want to launch this. Maybe I want to have an editor, whatever that money is going towards to build your business. And then you want to less fees like TC fees, whatever, any other marketing fees that you have, whether you're paying the $250 per transaction to EXP because you haven't capped it to 5,000, whatever the case is. Then that number, after you less all that, that's your net operating income. That's what you should be focused on, right? Because sometimes as realtors, and I've done this before, I remember getting a check and like in 2 weeks, I got like this $36,000 check. I was young. I was like 28 years old, $36,000. Guess what I did? Cash that shit. I cashed it in 50s and 20s and had it in my pocket. And my ex at the time, she's like, what are you doing? You got money like a drug dealer. I'm like, I'm just got this money. Who wants $100? Who wants $100? So it's easy to want to ball out. It takes discipline to put that money aside. And so find a way. And even if it's just a little bit of money, you got to put that money away, because remember when pandemic hit? When pandemic hit, we couldn't sell real estate. Remember they deemed us, what was it? Non-essential. I'm like, what? Our economy is in dire need of stability. And wait, we're not essential. I remember that feeling. I'm like, what am I going to do? Furloughs, closing offices, marketing departments going away, taking jobs and putting them overseas, and they were virtual. Like all these things happen in our industry. So be prepared for that rainy day. And God, Donna, I really, really appreciate you saying that. So let's start to come full circle on this conversation. But before we do so, does anybody else want to chime in? Cool. Going once, going twice. All right, cool. I want to share a couple things with you that can happen by simply just asking. Has anybody seen this gal here? Does anybody know who this gal is right here? She's got 204,000 followers. Does anyone know who this is? Just give me a thumbs up on the screen. So she spoke at the, what did she speak at? She spoke at the recent event in Vegas. It was the, what was that? Forward event. So Jen Gottlieb is a huge influencer. And so I had created something for our newsletter, and we just used her name as a placeholder. And so check this out. So I used her as a placeholder and for our Keep It Moving group coaching. So I put her name there, and we did it for my newsletter. I'm like, all right, let's take a celebrity from social media. Well, what I did is I said, you know what, let me just follow up with a video and just let her know that, hey, I used your name and face. Obviously, it's only for internal purposes. what the heck is this? So I sent her a video to follow up on that, to let her know, like, was the stranger. So she commented, she replied, and then she agreed to be a guest speaker for us on group coaching. Now, here's why this is important. There's people out there, whether it's authors, whether it's Jeb Blunt, whether it is Chris Voss. I encourage you guys to reach out. I'm going to reach out. I encourage you guys to reach out. But if you're going to send a video, they might not open that video because it's going to appear as a black screen because they don't know you. So send a text first, tell them who you are, tell that person who you are, what you're associated with, and then follow up with the video once they've already seen your original text. So she's going to be on, and I'm really, really excited about that because that just gives us more brand awareness. It gives us more recognition, and it gives us an opportunity to bring guests in the room like Donna has done, like others have done. V, you had a comment. Is that a new hand or an old hand?
That's an accident. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, hi. Hopefully your workout's going well.
Thank you.
So you guys, so super, super cool, like what is possible when we just like truly say, all right, you know, I'm going to shoot. What I said is I'm going to shoot my shot, and I shot the shot and it worked out. And now we have another guest. And now this newsletter goes out to 6,000 realtors in our market. And it is all to just share our community, bring them into group coaching. And our hopes is that they see the value and want to join forces with us. And why is this important? I want to share this with you guys, and we share these on our team meetings. But this is where we are at as a company right now. We are, let's see the math, less than $200,000 away from hitting a $500 million mark as a company. So that means that we are close to, we did $674 million in production last year. That's going to be a number that we'll hit probably within a month or two. Now, what this means is that we are on track to get to $1 billion. Is it going to take some work? Absolutely. Is it going to be a little bit hard and it's going to be a push for the last half of the year? Absolutely. But I want us all to get in line with what the meaning is and what the purpose is. Think about this. To be one of the fastest companies in the US and the fastest companies in the Bay Area to hit $1 billion in production, to think that we are a scrappy small team that started in a 300 square foot office in January of 2020, pre-pandemic, and we had a vision of creating $1 billion company. Right? At that time, it was really, really hard to even imagine. And now we're so close, you guys. So the efforts, obviously, this is all about you, right? You're going to do what you need to do. You may not hit your goals, but what do we say? You're always going to hit your standards. For the next half of the year, I want everyone to raise their standards. I want you to elevate the game. I want you to push yourself. I want you to see Christmas as right around the corner. See, you know, Thanksgiving, the New Year's right around the corner. What do I want to do? Personally, what I want to do is I don't want to give a present this year and I want to take the kids to Disneyland. That's all I want to do. I want my mom to be there. I want my stepdad to be there. And I want the kids to be there. And I want to have an amazing, amazing Christmas. So I'm already feature casting. So I want you guys to say to yourself, this is what I'm willing to commit to for the next few months. I'm going to step up my social media game. I'm going to go into my community. I'm going to create a bunch of videos. I'm going to surprise and delight moments the heck out of everyone on social media. And I'm really just going to build in the biggest way that I possibly can. You guys have an opportunity right now to never work in desperation mode. You think about someone like Will, who just joined on the call a little while ago. Will's not working in desperation mode. He's up in Tahoe. He's living his best life. He did 14 escrows in 3 months, 14 escrows in 3 months, right? Because he did all the preparation, did the work. You saw who was the leader in CCU. He was a leader in conversations, appointments met, appointments set, and phone calls made. That's by design, right? And all that, the 14 escrows is a culmination of what he did behind the scenes. So let's do this. I want to come full circle. I want to get a couple key takeaways and then we'll close out the room. But while I'm talking about you, Will, how the heck are you, my man? Anything you'd like to say to the team before we kind of close out our session today?
First of all, hello, everybody. I give the greatest credit to everybody for tuning into these coaching calls. I really wish that I could be on more of them with you guys. I am hustling. So, you know, it is by design, but I think if you've been in the company or you've heard me speak before, I kind of had to strip back to basics. And we really went hard on lead science and pulling in marketing companies. And, you know, we just had a company come in from Vegas about 3 weeks ago or so. If some of you guys saw the marketing, we actually shot video series here on green screens in Tahoe, and we're getting ready to launch like Google internet targeting. When people that are in my database now go to look at yahoo.com, they're going to see my videos and banners everywhere that they go. We're ruthless neo marketing. And that's all rolling out in a strategy for us to get a foothold in Tahoe. But to close escrows and pay the bills while all that stuff is going, because all that stuff costs a shit ton of money. I'm showing properties, whether it's a mobile home, it's a manufactured home, they are land deals, 1031ing multiple land deals into other deals to close escrows. We are hustling. And the one piece of advice that I would give all of you guys, until you're at a place where your income is so stable and your family is so stable that you can pick and choose escrows, learn everything that you can by being on these marketing calls and hearing people that, whether Ernesto just super helped us out and staged one of my listings in Concord. I had a seller who decided that they did not want to paint after a tenant moved out. Gorgeous home with great curb appeal, big lot, but they left the home with closet doors off, didn't paint. It's underlit, no staging. And we listed the property at the max of what we thought it might be able to get. Ernesto went over and staged. So we're coming back on as a new listing with fresh photos and videos. My seller finally listened, but staying after your clients, not letting your clients control you, learning from guys like Ernesto, he's over there until midnight last night, staging the property, understand how they design a home, what are design cues, learn about land. You hear someone that's doing a land deal, pop on, really build your skill set to become the complete agent. Because the more deals that you can do and the more people that you talk to, the more versatile you are, the more escrows you're going to close. And ultimately, the more comfortable you're going to be getting into your position. I've been in business for 16 years. It's not easy. I drove 6 hours and 42 minutes yesterday from Tahoe to Auburn to Sacramento to South Lake and showed property all in between. And ended the night paddleboarding with my daughter at sunset. So,
attaboy.
We're working, but I wish all of you guys the best in luck. And my information's out there. I'm at Will It Manifest on Instagram. If you guys want to learn about any of those types of deals, I'm always here and available for you. And I wish you guys the best. Crush it.
I love it. I love it. Guys, this should be your magic number. I'm sorry for my chicken scratches. 1,000. If you want to not take an online lead for the rest of your life, if you would not want to have to pay a 35% referral fee, if you don't want to pay a 40% referral fee, get your database to where you have 1,000 clients in your database that you have added from your marketing, from your door knocking, from your open houses, from your social media. Get your database to 1,000. You will never have to take another online lead for the rest of it. Let's hear from one other person, then we'll close out the room. Let's go over to Richard Johnson over there with his mom, Dorothy. Big dog, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today's sesh.
I would say, to me, the biggest takeaway is to just do it. Quit sitting on my ass and get out and start making these videos. I procrastinate way too much, and I just need to go out there and start doing it.
I love it. And is mom still in the car?
No, I just dropped her off. I'm just going back to the kids' school. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you. Great insight. Let's actually hear from one more person. Romel, let's hear from you, brother. Take us off the field. Key takeaways from today.
Oh, thank you. Just let everybody know, I'm still considering myself a guest, but this has been, you guys are motivating me. My key focus right now is to take action every day. And my short-term goal is just to get my license. I scheduled my test for the 22nd. So just keep me in your prayers, thoughts. Shoot me a text saying, hey, did you study today? But that's my sole focus, that little step each day to study and get that knocked out and then get ready for the next.
Man, I love this.
For sharing.
We have people that aren't licensed, people that are brand new licensed. We have people that have closed 40, 50, 60 deals. Have people that have done $80 million in production on one call today. And that is the powerful thing about this group. So you guys, let's keep showing up. I'm thinking next week, I'll release it. We have to do a press release on that. We're gonna have a special guest on next Wednesday. So keep coming, keep inviting everyone. Jamie Duvniak, all of our other guests today, Lawrence, Jenny, everyone that's here as a guest. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for your contributions. Now, as always, get out there and just take some action on something in your business. Go talk to somebody, go spread your light and energy and talk to them about real estate. You guys, go have some fun, make the best out of your weekend. I am more grateful than you will ever know. So peace and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye now.